So how do you achieve massive amount of success in your life? Hey, this is Bishal Sarkar, author of the book I Love Public Speaking and also Daily Wisdom for Daily Excellence, creator of Rock the Stage Ultimate Formula, founder of Confidence University, and your public speaking friend. You know, whenever I give speeches around the world, whenever I'm on a Success Profiles radio or Rock and Roll Keys to Business Success, all these international radio shows that I've appeared on, whenever I'm giving any motivational speech around the country, or whenever I meet people at Rock the Stage Ultimate Formula, whenever I coach people, somebody, one-on-one, they often ask me this question, believe it or not: Bishal, how do you achieve massive amount of success? And to be very clear about what it takes is, yeah, absolutely, you have to take massive amount of action on a consistent way, and that is the key. You have to be consistent. Your actions must have consistency. Why? Why should your actions be consistent? Because, write this down, consistency leads to currency. Consistency leads to currency. Now, what do I mean by currency? By currency, I mean that in your professional life, you get more improvement. When you are more consistent about developing yourself professionally, the currency, it leads you to the currency of a promotion, the currency of more recognition, the currency of getting more admiration from your boss. When you are more consistent in your relationship and the activities, guess what? It leads you to currency of more love, currency of more respect. Your wife loves you more, your kids respect you more, your parents take you much more seriously, your relatives call you and get to know about you, want to know more about you. When you are more consistent about your health, guess what? It leads you to the currency of being more attractive, looking more sexy, having more energy, having more passion in your life. When you have consistency in your money, in the way you earn, save and invest your money, you get more freedom, you get more security in your life, you get to take more vacations, you take your wife, your kids, your close and loved people to different vacations whenever you can. That's exactly what is the currency is all about. When you are more consistent with your spirituality, guess what? It leads you to the currency of fulfillment. Consistency leads to currency. You know, apart from my love for speaking, training, apart from my love for writing books and creating different videos to help people, I also have a passion for traveling. Now listen to the whole story. I don't like to travel long journeys. No, absolutely not. I don't like that. What I do love is that small little journeys, maybe for 2-3 hours max. And I actually, apart from, going to different cities, I also love going to very small villages as well, like where you have a lot of trees or jungles, or, where you get a lot of peace. I think that's exactly everybody needs, a lot of peace. And one of the things that I really, really love is going to small little cities in West Bengal, and small little villages in West Bengal. So about a couple of years ago, I want to share this story with you today. A couple of years ago, I took one of my friends named Nilotpal. We called him Neil, N-E-E-L, and I took him along with me, and I said, hey man, let's make a plan and let's go to meet our teacher, Mr. Ganesh, who was my school teacher. And I used to take private tuition from him for English. And I said to Neil, let's go and meet him, because he stayed in this small little town, like a village-ish town or townish village called Kalchini. I said, man, let's go there sometimes and let's meet him and let's stay there for 2 days. And I called him, my teacher, Mr. Ganesh, and I said, I want to come. And he said, here is how you come, take this train, get down at this place, and then that's how you come. I said, sure. So I took my friend, had this great train journey for 2-3 hours. I mean, after that I get bored. So 2-3 hours journey, I got down at Kalchini, walked a little bit and reached his home because he gave me the direction. And after reaching his home, I realized that Mr. Ganesh did not live in a, very nice home. It was a very small home, but a clean home. So I went inside, put my bags. He was very happy to see me. I gave him my pranam. I hugged him. I shook his hand. And then, I was a little bit of tired. So I said, hey, can I go to the washroom and wash my face? Where is the washroom? He said, Bishal, we don't have washroom here. It's an open area. Just go there and take bath near the well, and there is a hand pump as well. Do you know how to pump the hand pump? I said, sure, man. I mean, absolutely, I know. So I put my luggages, everything. I go near the open well, the washroom. the open washroom, and I wanted to wash my face with the hand pump, and I started pumping the hand pump. No water. I started pumping some more. No water. So I looked back at my teacher who was inside that room with my other friend Neil, and I said, "Sir." He said, "What?" He said, "There is no water." He said, "There is." I said, "I'm pumping, there is no water." And he said, "Keep pumping until you get the water, Bishal." I said, "All right." So I kept pumping for 20, 30, 40 seconds, and poosh, there comes water. Wow, it was very cold. It was very nice. I washed my face, washed my hands and feet and everything. I cleaned my hand with the hand wash that I took along with me, and I felt nice. And after coming back to the room, again sat down with my teacher and my friend Neil, and I said, "Sir, how are you?" and everything. He said everything, and then suddenly he said something to me that I still remember like a daylight. He said, "Bishal, in life, always remember to keep pumping until you get the water." Now, when he said that, I got reminded of my journey when I first went out to become a professional motivational speaker. I remembered the time. It came into my mind suddenly. Why? Because I remember when I wanted to become a motivational speaker, when I went out, sometimes I was not consistent about my speaking skills. I was not pumping it hard enough. Sometimes I did not make videos in a consistent way. I was not pumping hard enough. Sometimes I was not marketing myself in an aggressive way. I was not pumping hard enough. Sometimes I did not blog. I was not pumping hard enough. Sometimes I was not writing. I was not pumping hard enough. Sometimes I was not making the calls. I was not pumping hard enough. Sometimes I was not making the follow-up calls. I was not pumping hard enough. Sometimes I was not going to public speaking courses. I was not taking the mentorship. That was the time in my life I was not pumping hard enough. And guess what? When you are not pumping hard enough, you don't get the water. But when you do pump hard enough, long enough, consistent enough, it gets you the results that you want. It gets you the money that you want. It gets you the love that you want. It gets you the respect that you want. It gets you the confidence that you want in your life. The mistake that most people do, that mistake that I did in my life, ladies and gentlemen, in the beginning, was that I was not pumping hard enough. What do I mean by that? See, sometimes I was pumping a little, there was no water. Meaning I was blogging a little, and nobody was inviting me to speak in their company. So I stopped pumping. Guess what? No water. Sometimes when I was marketing a little bit, nobody was calling me for invitations to speak at colleges. I stopped pumping. I stopped marketing myself. Guess what? Nobody invited me after that. When I knew that I could develop myself, I needed some mentorship on an ongoing basis. I went to this mentor, that mentor. It was not giving me results, no water. So I stopped pumping. Guess what? No water. See, in order to become massive amount of successful in your life, in order for you to take charge of your life, in order to drive your life rather than letting somebody like a boss drive your life, in order for you to take care of your family, in order for you to take care of your wife, in order for you to take care of your mother, in order for you to take care of your child in a best possible way, you have to keep pumping. You have to be consistent. You must have consistency. Why? Because consistency leads to currency. Now, I understand one thing very well. People like you and me, we sometimes don't like to be consistent. So we start a little things, then we don't finish it. We start this, we start that, and then we think, I'll get back to this later. In fact, one of my friends named Pramod, and who also came to one of our programs called Rock the Stage Ultimate Formula, very, very passionate speaker, got trained in one of the events that I do, Present Like a Champ Bootcamp. He says, he has a line and he has a video, and he once told me that, Bishal, starting something is good, sustaining something is great. Wow. Pramod, man, I love that. Here's why. Because many people start a lot of things. They start writing a book, or they start developing their speaking skills, or they start watching great videos like Rock the Stage Movement, or they start doing something on social media. They start going to the gym, but they don't sustain. See, this is funny because the day when the gym is most full, the Gold's Gym or any local gym or any exercise rooms or any fitness centers. You go on 1st January is jam-packed, completely full. Why? Because everybody writes a New Year resolution. This year I'm going to be fit. This year I'm going to lose some weight. This year I'm going to gain some muscle. So everybody is at the gym. Everybody's at the fitness center on 1st January. Now let me ask you a question. What happens on 1st March? Nobody is there. No one is there. Why? Because they lose the consistency. They start something, but they are not consistent enough to do that. And that's the reason the rate of obesity in India is going very high. That's the reason the rate of illness and disease is going very high. And I have to tell you very, very honestly that I was one of the victims of that. Why? Because I found myself about 4 months ago a little fat. Okay, a little fat. I was gaining a lot of extra weights around my waist, around my butt, around my belly. I didn't like that. I mean, I didn't like the fact that when I was trying new jeans, it was not fitting, but it fit in the past. I tried that my belt right now had to be tightened in a different position. I did not like the fact. So I had to be consistent in something. So I called one of my friends, very nice guy named Shivnanda Reddy, who's also on his way to becoming a life coach. I'm actually coaching him on how to successfully become a life coach and do it in a professional way and make money doing that. He told me that, Bishal, I'm going to make a simple plan for you, but you have to stick with that. I said, what is that? He said, Bishal, you don't have to go to the gym. Bishal, you don't have to join a fitness center. Bishal, you don't have to join a, big long-term, any contract with fitness experts. You don't have to do that. I said, so what do I do? He said, Bishal, what you do is that you walk, not run. You walk, just walk for 30 minutes a day for just 45 days. So I said, sure, man, I'll take this 45-day challenge. And for 45 days, every single day, I was walking. It was actually 5 days a week. So I didn't have to walk 7 days a week, but 5 days a week on a consistent basis, I walked. Sometimes I did not like that in the beginning. It was very exciting. Sometimes I did not like that. But Shivnanda reminded me, instead of me being the mentor, now he was my mentor, and he was teaching me that, Bishal, you have to do this. Bishal, you gotta have consistency. And every day, I remember the days when it was, a little bit of winter time here, and I did not want to go out. I did not want to, walk out of my house and then run a little and then walk a little for 30 minutes. Sometimes I was feeling lazy. Sometimes I was feeling tired. Sometimes I had excuses, but I did it. I did it. With proper consistency, 5 days a week, for 9 weeks, I finished the 45-day challenge. And once I got that consistency, I saw that I was looking better. I saw that I was feeling better. I saw that I had less fat than I had in the beginning. And I felt better. I enjoyed better. And that habit, consistency of walking for 30 minutes has still built in me. It's still with me right now. So I don't have to report to him every day. But guess what? By automatically, I actually go out every day, at least for 30 to 45 minutes, I walk. What is my message here? You don't have to start in a big way. You don't have to do big things once a week. You have to do small things 5 to 7 times a week. That's how you build consistency. Why? Because consistency leads to currency. See, you have to understand that if you do today the things that others won't do, very soon you will have the things that others won't have. If you do the things today that others will not do, you will have the things tomorrow others will not have. See, your friends, there are many friends of yours who are not willing to go to the public speaking course. Guess what? That's why you will, because that's how you differentiate yourself. Many of your friends say, man, I feel tired, I don't have time to go to the gym, or I don't have time to go for a walk. But guess what? That's what you will do, because that's how you differentiate yourself. There are many people who don't have the time to take their wife to a date once a week, but you will, because that's how you differentiate yourself. It's funny to me because when most people get married in the beginning, or when they are dating in the beginning, they have all the time for their girlfriend. They have all the time for their wives. or wife. And they have time for their ladies. And what do? They bring flowers every evening after coming back from home. They bring a little bit of small gifts like a chocolate, or small gifts like a little sweets, or small gift like a small little diamond ring sometimes. But as time goes on, they become people like you, people like me. We become busy being busy. We become tired. We become used to the situation, and we don't bring the variety to our relationships. Guess what? That lack of consistency leads us to lack of currency. That's when we break relationship. That's when, I mean, she's with me, but I'm not her best friend anymore. My kids respect me, but they don't give me kisses so many times anymore. Why? That happens because you are not consistent. You have to bring the consistency. So maybe every evening after coming back from home, not maybe every, but maybe twice a week, bring some flowers. Every Thursday, maybe you can take your mother out to the mandir, or out to the temple, or out to the church, or out to the masjid, and just pray with her. Why? Because you're developing that relationship. You're bringing the currency of love from your mother again. See, here's the thing. I understand that you don't have to take big actions. Like I said, you have to take small actions on a consistent way. Let me give you an example. If you take a small little bucket, and let's say that in your washroom or bathroom, in your home or in your office, let's say that you have a tap there, which you do, and let's say that you open the tap in a very small way, so little drops of water are coming, very little drops of water are coming out. Let's say you put the bucket right there, close the door, come back into your room, and let's say you take a nap for 2 or 3 hours. You wake up, what's going to happen? The bucket is going to be full, correct? Now here's the thing. It was small drops of water, but over time it became a bucket. Same thing with you. When you are consistent in your life, when you are consistent in your business, when you're consistent in your health, over time you become big in your life. In the beginning, I made the mistake of not training myself every day, but here is one of the principles and habits that we have in our company, that my team, including me, all my team members, I have a small team of a few people, but everybody has to get trained at least 3 times a day. 3 times a day. So the timings right now are 9 in the morning, then 4 p.m. and then 7 p.m. This 3 timing, everybody has to get trained for at least 15 minutes right there. Why? Because that's the habit we are building. So before the day starts, before we start making calls, before we start helping people in our life coaching services or public speaking training, all my team members, including me, I listen to audio programs, I read books, I talk to one of my mentors. Why? I'm refueling my mind for consistent manner. At 4 p.m. again, I do the same thing. My team does the same thing. At 7 p.m. again, I do the same thing. My team does the same thing. So by doing it on a consistent basis, let's say that there are 2 guys, Mr. A and Mr. B for Bishal. Mr. A is very good, he's intelligent, but he doesn't do any kind of training. He doesn't listen to any audio programs, he does not listen to any motivational programs, he does not develop his public speaking skills because he thinks he knows everything. He doesn't read any books, he doesn't do anything. And there is the Mr. B, your guy, Mr. Bishal. And what I do is that in the morning 9 a.m. I'm listening to, I'm developing myself, training myself. I'm writing down my goals. I'm making plans for my next month or next year or next 5 years or today. And again at 4 p.m. I'm doing the same thing. Again at 7 p.m. I'm doing the same thing. Maybe for 5 to 10 minutes. Doesn't have to take a long time. But guess what? If I do that and if Mr. A doesn't do that, he's not doing for 3 weeks. I'm doing for 3 weeks. He's not doing for 1 year. I'm doing for 1 year. Guess what? Who do you think is going to win at the end of the year? Mr. B. Not because he's smart, but because he's doing the things Mr. A is not willing to do. The reason I win every single time in my life, whenever I win, it's because of my consistency. Let me give another example. A few years back, I think it's a lot of years back, I first had a vision. See, you have to understand that I love my father, I love my mother, I love my family, I love everybody in my family. And one of the things that most people know now and many people don't know is that I actually come from a very small background. I was born and brought up in a very small city called Shiliguri, where I studied in a Bengali medium school called Shiliguri Boys High School. And just so you understand the situation, I did not grow up in a very big school. It was like, just so you understand, my parents paid 289 rupees to my school per year. per year for my school fees. So that was the background that I came from. But my parents, did everything to get me the books, get me the tuitions, get me the pens and pencils and everything so I could study. So my father was always and is always responsible man, and he taught me the value of leadership. He taught me the value of taking care of your family. He taught me the value of loving your family. He taught me the value of taking care of people and caring for people and taking care of your dreams and taking charge of your life. So here in the beginning, I still remember he had a small little cycle when I was first born. I was born. It's not that I was born second time. When I was born, he had a small cycle. Then he bought a second-hand Bajaj Super scooter. And then he bought a small little bike called Passion. It was a good bike, but it was again second hand, or I think third hand. I don't remember. Then he bought a second hand car. So he never bought anything first hand because he had to provide for my family. My father still works for Indian Railways, and he bought a lot of things for my family. He provided us with food, the lights, the clothes. He always made sure that we had new clothes before the Dashera. He always made sure that we had great quality food. He always made sure that we had clean shoes. He always made sure that we had nice leather belts. And sometimes he did not fulfill his dreams. And many years ago, I once heard from my father that he had a dream of buying a Royal Enfield Bullet bike, a Royal Enfield, and it's a great bike. And once I heard that many years ago, I made a decision, guys. I made a decision that someday, Papa, when I grow up, when you're Bittu, my family members call me Bittu, Bittu. When Bittu grows up, he's gonna buy you a Royal Enfield bike. And he always became a little happy whenever he heard that. Not because of the bike, but because of his son had the desire to buy him that bike. And many years passed by. He did not buy the bike. Why? Because after the scooter and buy a small little passion bike, he went for the four-wheeler second-hand car because he wanted all the family members to fit inside the car. If he bought the Royal Enfield bike, it could not be useful for everybody. So great thinking for him. But I had the dream of buying my father in Bullet. So every day I worked my butt off in order to gather the money, because in the beginning I was not making a lot of money. In fact, my first job, I got paid 3,900 rupees. As a call center employee, that was my first job. So that's where I came from. Then I sold newspaper door to door, newspaper subscription door to door. And so I did not come from a very nice professional background in the beginning. So I gathered money, I saved money in a consistent way. I saved money, I invested money, I made sure that I was doing all the things. I made sure that I was training myself every day. I made sure that I was doing the things that other people were not doing. And ladies and gentlemen, few years ago, I had the fortune of taking my father, going to Royal Enfield showroom and buying him the bike. What he doesn't know is that few days before that, I actually called Royal Enfield and I pre-booked the bike, because you have to pre-book the bikes. And I took my father, went with him. I still remember that afternoon like yesterday. I took him with me. I told him, let's get your favorite color, and he chose the steel color. And he was in a little hesitation, okay? Bishal, it's a lot of money. It's 1,30,000, 1,40,000 rupees. I said, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Look, I'm earning the money for you. Papa, I'm earning the money for you. He said, but I feel bad taking, you worked so hard in the... I said, man, listen, this is our bike. We are taking it home today, no matter what. And it gave him a little bit of confidence. So he bought the bike, and we did the polishing of the bike, and they add a lot of extra materials in the bike so it looks awesome. And when from there he started the bike, boom, boom, oh my goodness, I was sitting behind him in the bike, and I had a nice cold feeling inside my heart. And I realized that if you have consistency, it leads you to currency. Because I did the right action, because I took the right action, it gave me the feeling of fulfillment that I could give my father what he could not buy on his own because he had to provide for his family. And that day, I still remember. Look, I have, been in many cars. I have driven many cars. Ridden. Look, the thing is, that bike ride was the best ride ever. And I still remember, I was feeling some kind of a happiness inside. And what my father doesn't know, that when he was riding the bike, when I was sitting behind him, I had tears in my eyes. I had tears of happiness. I had tears of pride. I had tears of fulfillment in my heart at that time, that I did it for my father. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you today, if you have consistency, it will lead you to currency. If you have consistency, you will have the ability to do something for your loved ones. You will have the ability to make a difference in your special people's lives. If you have consistency, you will get the currency to make your dreams come true. But you have to do it on a regular basis. See, you don't brush sometimes. You don't brush your teeth sometimes, do you? You do it every day. You don't drink water sometimes. You drink water every day. You don't take bath sometimes. Maybe you do, I don't know. You don't take bath every day. Sometimes you do it every day. You don't eat food sometimes. You eat food every day. So why not do the same things in other areas? Why not exercise on a consistent manner? Why not saying I love you to your wife on a consistent basis? Why not writing blogs on a consistent basis? Why not posting on social media on a consistent basis? Why not learning from your mentor on a consistent basis? Why not going to public speaking boot camps and courses in your city and learn public speaking on a consistent basis? Why not develop yourself professionally on a consistent basis? See, recently one of my friends who's a successful entrepreneur, he and I were walking, and he, suddenly told me that, Bishal, why do you think most people are not consistent? So I said, why do you ask that? And he said that, Bishal, the biggest challenge I have in my life is that I'm not consistent in my life. I said, yeah, that is the problem. The problem that you don't have consistency is because you don't want it bad enough. You just kind of want it. So sometimes you're posting something online, then you are not doing it. Why? Because you are lazy. Sometimes you are, working on your presentation skills, that sometimes you are not. That's why you're having a little bit of loss in your life. Sometimes you are developing your voice. Sometimes you're studying about persuasion. Sometimes you're not. See, sometimes is not enough for your success. Sometimes is not enough. So I told him that if you want to be a successful entrepreneur, you have to have consistency with your training. You have to have consistency with your social media activities. You have to have consistency with your presentation skills. You have to have consistency with your training of developing your voice. You have to have consistency with developing your mindset every morning, 9 a.m., 4 p.m., 7 p.m. Because if you don't do it, you deserve to suffer. But you don't have to suffer. Why? Because if you do what others won't do, you will have what others won't have. Just like my father received something in his life that he did not expect to, guess what? There are some family members in your life who are expecting something from you, or maybe they are not, but you can give them a lot more things with consistency. In the morning, just so I can make you listen to this song, in the morning every day I wake up and I play this song because it makes me jazzed up. Hold on a second, all right? I'm gonna play the song for you. This is the song I play every single day in my music player in the morning while talking, and then I'm doing my affirmations with this in the background. Alright? This is what I do in the morning. This is my training, a little part of my training. I wake up and I talk myself in a big way. Today I'm gonna be excellent. Today I'm gonna help people. Today I will help a lot of customers. Today I will make my dreams come true. Today I'll help somebody who needs my help in the most consistent manner. Today I will exercise. I look awesome. I smell awesome. I am the best-selling author of 11 different books. I help millions of people. Today I'm gonna take care of my family in the best possible way. Today I'm gonna give other people hope and consistency. Alright, now that's what I do in the morning. When I wake up, I'm training myself. Guess what? Just for 15 seconds when you listen to the song, you already got jazzed up a little bit. Guess what? You have to do that on a consistent manner. When you do that, You have a lot of things. Why? Because your family deserves more. You deserve more. Your children deserve more. Your parents deserve more. Your colleagues deserve more from you. And you are the person who's going to give everybody something. That's how you deliver massive amount of value for people. That's how you have a great family life. That's how you receive a great professional life. That's how you make more money. That's how you become more sexy, attractive, fit, energetic. That's how you enjoy a great life and lifestyle. And that's how you gain massive amount of confidence, connection, and charisma in your life. I wish you all the best. Have a great time. If you want to know more about Rock the Stage Ultimate Formula, the public speaking course we do in order to make you a confident speaker, or if you want to know more about the Platinum Coaching Program, or if you want to know more about the book that I wrote, I Love Public Speaking, go to my website bishalsarkar.com or call my office and you can get more information. Guys, whatever you do, always remember that consistency leads to currency. Be well, be a champion, and know that I love you. Take care.